champagne or not champagne?
Côte des Blancs, Vallée du Petit Morin, Suits of Côte des Blancs on season.
Cheers.
Pretty sure it's not champagne. Give to the next generation something very special. We lost, for me, the spirit of wine.
So I can join the family anytime.
Exactly. The Japanese gastronomy work perfectly with champagne.
Identifying the terroirs, making wines that really reflect a specific place of Champagne.
It will be a disaster for many estates.
And we've been drinking wines for 3,000 years.
I think I know what it is wine. Because we are wine before champagne.
They don't try to copy Burgundy.
It's an amazing wine. Alright, welcome everyone. Welcome to this second episode of Behind the Label. I'm super happy to be with you today. And as a guest, I have Maxime from Bergère Champagne.
Thank you to welcome me for this podcast. It's always interesting to have this type of experience. So thank you very much to welcome me.
Thanks for being here. So you told us a few weeks or few days ago that you are currently in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And so we're like, let's do something
short
together.
Organization, but we are together, so it's great.
Very short organization. So before starting, can you start by introducing yourself?
Yes, sure. So I'm Maxime Pierlot. I'm from France, from Champagne. I'm born close to Champagne region in Ardennes. So the only department in Champagne-Ardenne where we don't produce champagne. But I'm inside since I'm very young, because I have a lot of friends in this region, and many are grower now, and son of grower. So it's like this I discover the wine, and I enter in this business by Adrien, so by my boss now. It is a friend since a very long time, but it's by him I discover this part of the business of wine. So yeah, it was like this. I'm coming in this business. So I am the export manager of Bergère, so a family estate. I will give more information about the estate after. But yes, it's so I travel around the world for present the diversity of Champagne and the typicity of Bergère.
Amazing. Thank you very much for this, Maxime. So the goal today is that we have 3 glasses in front of us, and there are 2 games inside of that.
Okay.
First is champagne or not champagne.
Okay.
And the second one is Bergère or not Bergère,
Okay.
because one of them is one of your champagne.
So great.
So we'll have the opportunity to taste all of that. Let's start with glass number 1. So we have the numbers of the glass, and we'll debrief this at the end of the episode. Let's taste the first one.
Yes.
Cheers. Already at the nose, it's close to champagne.
Yes.
Could be traditional method as we.
The color, yes. A little bit cold, but with some green. It's very fine bubble.
It became a little bit warm because we installed everything for the episode, so it's a little bit warm, but it's okay.
Yes. So it's good. This is the first time.
This is
Very interesting. I'm pretty sure it's not champagne.
Pretty sure it's not champagne.
It's by the bubble for me. Because I think the wine, it was during some minutes, we wait for do, and I think we lost too much the bubble compared to. So maybe we had a great aging. I think it's with the traditional method, but more short compared to champagne. So maybe some months, but not a long aging on the lees for the second fermentation.
Yeah,
it's always complicated to do and to be sure, because blind tasting, it's always difficult, and we need to be humble on when you do. So we will see, but
Absolutely.
In my head, it's like this.
No, 100% agree. And the number of times you think that you're tasting something and actually it's not this at all. And
Yes.
like, in your mind, you're like,
Yes,
this
it
is
depends
this
of the
one.
winemaker, on
Yeah.
the style of making wine. Because if you use a lot of barrels or different type of yes, the vinification have an impact on the wine. So it's always interesting but complicated when you are in blind tasting to be sure. So yeah, after it's just a pleasure to discover, because it's a I think we produce wine for not for blind tasting, but for share a moment with people, with friends, family, people we just met, and it's very important, I think, to continue to have this spirit in wine, to just take pleasure. You have some people, they haven't the knowledge for really appreciate the details, but they appreciate the wine on the moment they share with the person they are in the moment of opening. So it's very, very important, I think, to continue to be in this spirit.
Absolutely, and we do this blind tasting, but we do it nicely. So we do two things at the same time: wine geek stuff, and sharing a good moment.
Yes, yes, it's true.
So it's the good balance. Maxime, talk to us a bit about Bergère.
Yes.
So it's a grower champagne.
Yes.
But can you tell us a bit more about the story of it and the philosophy around this champagne?
Yeah, it's a very particular house in grower philosophy, because we are owner of all hectares. So it's why we are grower. So for the story, it's now the 5th generation on the estate. It's Adrien, but all generations gave something to the next one. And the 2 third generation was more focused on, it's like many estates during this time, before the Second World War. It's there was only producer of grapes and sell to international brand. During this time, the international brand was the estate producing the wine and sell to the world. It's the 3rd generation, so the grandfather of Adrien decided in 1949 to create the brand A.Bergère. A.Bergère, why A? It's because since 5 generations, all given name starts by A. So it's very traditional now, and we continue because the son and daughter of Adrien, and same for the sister of Adrien, they continue to do this tradition, and I think it's something very good. Like this, we don't need to change the brand in the future.
Fortunately, my name is Antoine, so so I can join the family anytime.
Exactly. And so the grandfather created the brand in 1949, like I told, but the father of Adrien was more in the philosophy of the 2 first generation. He wanted to expand the vines, so he started with 6 hectares, and now we are owner of 65 hectares.
Oh wow!
So it's a real success, and he was very focused to produce a very good quality of grapes and sell with a good price to international brand. So like this, he can expand and can give to the next generation something very special, because now Adrien have a great terroir from different places in Champagne.
60 hectares is huge.
Yes, we just use 45 for Bergère, because we have 20 hectares in the department of Aisne, so between Champagne and Paris. For a moment, Adrien prefer to separate, because the profile of wine you have after with these grapes is completely different, and he prefer to be focused between Côte des Blancs, Vallée du Petit Morin, South of Côte des Blancs, and Cézanne.
Okay.
So it's a region where we are present for the production of Bergère. We have mainly Chardonnay for 70%, 20% of Pinot Noir, and 10% of Meunier. So it's really, since Adrien come back in 2014, we change of philosophy from the vines to the wine, but we always have the link, because without a good grapes, you can produce
Absolutely.
a good champagne or good wine in general, because we are wine before champagne. And yes, Adrien, so when he come back, he wants really to identify each terroir from the family and promote and show to the people the quality and the diversity we have in Bergère.
Yeah, and really of terroir champagne, because one of the two differences that we have in Champagne is that you have very big houses on one side,
Yes.
making like good product, but standard product
Yep.
that are nice and very well distributed. And on the other hand, you have smaller houses and more dedicated on identifying the terroirs, making wines that really reflect a specific place of Champagne and not like the whole Champagne.
Yes.
Region.
It was a big changement since I think in the 20 last year, we had a new champagne philosophy in general. You have the international brand continue to do for me, a very good champagne, because like a big one. I don't want to give name, but they produce millions of bottles, and for me, the quality for a million of bottle produce is great, but it's more classic. They wanted to, and I think it's great to give a product little bit more standard, but for appreciate, and it's often the door for discover the rest. It's like the first cuvée of Bergère. I always tell to the people, we need a very great product for people who want to go to a very special prestige wine. So it's I think we work well together. Everyone can give something to the region. They do a lot of marketing in the world. It's for this reason I think now I can be in Hong Kong, because without the work they made during a long time, the grower was just a producer of grapes, but not producer of wine. And so I think it's we work together for Champagne. But after, it's the goal to grower to present a new diversity on the new wine. It's now a little bit more like Burgundy. I think not, precise like a plot wine. We do some plot wine too, but it's not. We have around 139 plot. We don't do
139 different bottles.
So we are a region of blend. So we continue to blend. We continue to be in this tradition. After, the grower now can produce some different wine for show, a special soul, special variety, because we do some Pinot Petit Meunier too. Petit Meunier, it's old and forgotten variety. And it's very interesting to now do a new wine with this cuvée. So it's 100% Meunier. It's a very intense variety, but need to be in the great condition for do this wine. And with the climate changement, yes, we have now the possibility to do new wine. We will talk about some other wine after, but yes, it's great to have grower and international brand. We work together, I think.
Let's taste the second one.
Yes. Cheers.
We are in China. We need to cheer every time we drink. Otherwise,
but I think in France too.
The profile of this one is very different. Yeah, when I first made it, I was like, this is cider, because you have a lot of apple in the nose. It's
fresh apple. The bubble is very fine too.
Yeah, very fine bubble. You feel also a bit of yeast when you taste it. It gives the I'm not sure it's a traditional method, this one.
Yes, compared to the first one, it's more short. We are more in the young wine form. Maybe the first one was a little bit more older, maybe a vintage. This one, I think we are.
A bit of wood maybe on this one.
Yes.
This one for me is potentially petnat,
Yes.
like ancestral method.
Yeah, more Charmat method.
Yeah.
With yes.
Yeah, maybe we'll see that in a minute. One of the things that is very important when discussing about André Bergère, at least for me when I discovered what you do, is that you have different champagne for very different moments, and you are very gastronomy champagne, meaning that I don't know if I would drink André Bergère just at beginning of the night with friends. I think you must have a brut
Yes.
that
The
can
Brut Origin is
the brut can make it. But I mean by that a lot of your wines can pair extremely well with food.
yes. I think it's wine in general. And Adrien, when he come back, he wanted to promote the terroir, and it was not in the for to be fashion. It was because we had some particularity in the soil, in the vines, can be interesting to promote after in wine. But when you have something good in vines, you need to transform for to be good in wine. So it's after many years with the experience, he decided to produce some plot wine, and this experience gave to him some more again some experience. So he made all the wine in the same spirit. When you do a blend, you need to have a very good product.
Mhm.
And for me, when you want to know about estate, you need to start to taste by the first one, because it's easier to produce a plot wine compared to a more important cuvée like for Bergère Origin. Origin, it's 50% of the total production, so it's a huge volume compared to plot wine when you have 2,000 or 3,000 bottle. So I think it's the spirit of Bergère is to produce always great wine, but you can appreciate with knowledge and without knowledge, because it's in the world, the consumers are not in the same level, and we need to give to them the possibility to really appreciate. It's true, when you go in the plot wine, I think it's not great to start by this. It's better to have a sommelier for explain you, and to have a food with, because wine for me, it's moment of sharing, and when you share, often it's with food. So it's always in this idea. It's not Adrien don't want to be only focused about restaurant for distribute the wine, and I think we can drink a plot wine only for aperitif. But yes, in the reality, it's great to see the wine with a great chef in the world can transmit emotion with the food and the wine. So this is what we want. Every estate wanted to be in only in restaurant, because you have all this emotion. But I think it's great to have some wine for a moment of life, easy moment for celebrate life, because champagne continue to be the wine for celebration, for celebrate wedding, born.
Yeah,
Yes,
every moment of life.
Exactly.
You have
And I
champagne,
think we need to keep this philosophy. But close of this philosophy, we now, it's since some years, we see the champagne changed a lot in restaurant. Before it was only for aperitif. Now it's two in the menu, in the pairing menu, and we can really appreciate the champagne in restaurant. For different
plus I think that having sparkling at certain moment can be super nice. Like if you do a full menu with food and wine pairing, you take a bit of sparkling like in the middle of the menu, like an age vintage plot,
yes,
something. So it's already super complex, but it does the transition between whites and reds. It refreshes the mouths and stuff. Like it's really really good.
Yes, definitely. And you have some gastronomy, like the Japanese gastronomy, work perfectly with champagne, because they are on the product, the fish, and they don't do a lot of sauce like in France. We like to have a juice with the beef, and sometimes it's more spicy or more fat. It's great because I like this food. But and when you go in Japan, I think the precision of champagne with the precision of gastronomy in in this in Japan, it's just perfect. You take a blanc de blanc with just the fish. It's perfect.
Yeah, I can guess. I can imagine that it's amazing. It's the type of things I'd love to do. You told me you're not a super fan of non-alcoholic drinks.
Yes, yes. It's because I think the wine is a product created during. It's not just created since 2 years or 3 years. It's very old. It's by tradition, and on no alcoholic wine, it's not that natural for me. We need to. I can understand some estate in some region, they want to produce for touch and new consumers. But for me, it's better to produce a great juice of grapes, but not to change the consumers, because it's all the industry. Sometimes we think it's great for some years, but for the business, for do some revenue. But we need to see for the 10, 20 next years. And if all the young generation start to drink no alcoholic wine, it will be a disaster for many estates. And we lost, for me, the spirit of wine. Is not to be completely drunk. And I think we just need to educate people about for drink better, less, but better wine. Or spirit too, because you have a very great spirit. But yeah, I think we need to educate more kids about wine more earlier, to be sure they don't go in the
extreme of consumption.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they will appreciate at the end more compared to what they do now. And I think with it's the goal of all estate to do this, because the consumers can be lost now. We have a lot of different possibility. The diversity is higher. It's great, I think, for the consumer to have the possibility to change, to test, to discover. But the no-alcoholic wine, I have a problem with this, because it's the name wine inside. It can be a new product with a new name, but it's not wine. Wine if you go in the dictionary, it's with alcohol. It's not without, and we lost the new consumers for me. It's better to do a good juice. You have orange juice, grape juice, what you want, but wine stay wine, and yes, it's and the method for do it's not good for me. It's
plus,
no ecology too.
Yeah, and maybe we need to be more like we need to do better non-alcoholic things. Like, when you look at soda, it's a nightmare. Like the cola, the whatever, it's just full of sugar, super industrial. Like you drink, I would 200% better drink a good champagne than a cola, actually.
Yes, definitely.
So
it's a natural sugar. It's not.
It's natural process. It's fermented. It's like you take one glass of this or one glass of cola. I think you're better off with the glass of champagne.
But I think it was for the social part too, because some person want to be, if you have wine and a person close to you have cola. In the past we was not just with the person. Why you don't drink wine? And you had some.
I think it's
and people was a little bit, but now
I think the new generation. Personally, I don't care. Sometimes I drink alcohol. Sometimes I don't.
If you don't want to drink, no problem. Yeah. But I think so. They have now this wave of no alcoholic wine and yes, I think the marketing is on the pregnant woman. It's for yes, it's it can be, yes, a product, but for me, the term wine is not adaptive. It's a new category. If this can help some grower actually on the big region where they produce a lot of juice and they don't find the distribution for the wine, can be a solution. But for me, it's not a solution for long term. It will be fashion, and I'm not sure. Yes, we will have this category for a long time.
And we've been drinking wines for 3,000 years, so we will probably continue drinking wine for 3,000 years.
We need to be strong on that to continue. But yes, drink better. You have, and it's not just a question of price. You can drink a very good wine for a good price. And this is a responsibility of estate too, to be better in and not search only margins, but search the right price for the product. For me, we need to respect the consumers and we need to respect the market, because the market is always different. You can see during 25, it was a very busy year for me. We work 2 times more for the same result, but it's important to continue, yes, to be precise in the price too, in the wine definitely, but in the price for the new generation can continue to drink.
Speaking of choosing good wines, we'll go to the next part of this show with our game, Which Wine Would You Choose? So we just need a little bit of logistics. Perfect. So maybe for people watching, you know the rules, but we have prepared a small game. The game is Which Wine Would You Choose? So I'm gonna display a few wines that I'm sure you know of, and I will show you some situation, and you need to tell me which wine would you choose for this situation. So here are the wines. We can take a few seconds to have a look into it. And the first question is, which wine would you choose to celebrate New Year?
Definitely Champagne. Definitely Champagne, and but we have Clot, Rosé de Saignée. I think 2009 for remember a vintage for the next year.
To remember all the resolutions that you failed in 2009.
And 2009 is only in Magnum, so it's the perfect format for the new year. So definitely 2009.
With a potée champenoise.
So I think in this list we can use 2. We are from Champagne, so I think Les Clos, so the 100% Meunier, can be very interesting because we have a great structure. It's from red grapes, so black grapes, so it's very intense Meunier with a lot of freshness, so can be nice. I don't know after what we have for but the Fer-Briange Rouge, the Coteau Champenois, 100% Pinot Noir from Fer-Briange. It's a very great choice for the potée. Maybe I take the Fer-Briange Rouge. Like this, I continue with some champagne.
Yeah, you still have some champagne. Which one would you choose for milestone birthday?
Milestone birthday? Can you explain me milestone?
Like you had some goals to achieve, and you celebrate, you know, this milestone, or. Okay. Or wedding anniversary. Marine was saying behind the camera.
So birthday can be a champagne too. The Rosé de Saignée, so it's a very interesting Rosé de Saignée in Bergère, because you have 50 Chardonnay, 50 Pinot Noir, but it's blended before bottling. So it's during the maceration we put Chardonnay and Pinot Noir together. It's rosé, but with a very intense and very fresh, because we have the part of Chardonnay gives this freshness. So yes, for this, Rosé de Saignée.
Which one would you choose for a reunion with old friends?
We can use wine from other region. Old friends, so can be Château Langebach. nice Pauillac, great Bordeaux with a great structure, so we can be the last bottle.
Which one would you choose with Chaour's cheese? Try to be a regional.
So you need to know I'm not. I don't eat cheese.
So this podcast ends today.
But after many experience, and I made some great. I tried to do some pairing, and I think Fer Brillange Blanc can be a great option. Definitely white wine for majority of cheese is better, and Fer Brillange Blanc 100% Chardonnay is a very great option.
And that's it. That was the last one. Thank you very much for doing this. We have the
very interesting
perfect recommendation for each occasion. Let's taste the third wine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Santé. I think I know what is this wine. For me, Bergère is in this glass.
Yeah, for me too.
And for me, it is a vintage.
Ah ouais?
Not an old one, but if I know what we have normally in Hong Kong, so it's I'm not in the very. I'm in blind tasting, but I know some wine we have here or not. On what Aurélien, so the missing bottle, my partner in Hong Kong have. So yeah, I think we tested this wine yesterday.
So it helps.
Yes. So I think I know what is it.
Yeah, for me in the three, I think this one is champagne. When I first smelled it, I thought it was a Blanc de Blanc.
It is a Blanc de Blanc for me.
And what's amazing is that the complexity of it is really nice. Like it's really depth and rich in mouth.
It's from the soil because if I'm right, I think it's Les Peignottes. Les Peignottes, it's 100% Chardonnay from Auger Grand Cru with a lot of chalk and with a typicity of soil with so chalk but sand and give a lot of minerality in wine. So yes, I think it's wine. But we tested many times yesterday. So during the tour with Aurélien for visit some clients, we had this cuvée and it's vintage 2018, and it was I tested a lot this cuvée. Why? It's because it was the first time we decided to do experimentation between caps and cork for the second fermentation in bottle. So in 2018, Adrien decided to do half with caps and half of the production with cork. And at the end of this experimentation, we decided to use cork for all plot wine and old vintage wine in estate. Why? Is because you need minimum 5 years for see a difference, but after 5 years, your wine will be better. And in the estate, plot wine and vintage stay more of 5 years on the lease, so it makes sense to use cork for this aging.
What's amazing is how long it stays in mouth after that. Like it's really really long end of mouth. It's really amazing.
But I think it's we can sometimes some people say, oh, why this it's in Premier Cru, Grand Cru, but the majority of Grand Cru in Champagne, mainly in Côte des Blancs, we know why. Because the structure of the Chardonnay, the long taste we can have with the wine. We have 50% vinificate in barrels of 228 liters, so Burgundy size.
Style.
It's so great structure too, but we don't search the toasted. Why? It's because we think the barrels are for Adrien need to follow the wine, but need to touch too much. And during the process of making barrels, we ask all supplier for have not a lot of toasted.
Not too strong, not too warm.
To extract too much wood for. We want the micro oxygenation, but we don't want to give other flavor, too much flavor. After I tasted some wine with this philosophy, it's great, but it's not the philosophy of Adrien in Bergère.
No, amazing one. So I hope we are right.
Yes,
we'll
me
see
too,
that in a
because
minute.
everything is in the camera. So I
because
hope
if we're wrong, it's terrible.
we can do again.
Let's maybe welcome Aurélien to do the reveal, and then we have one bonus Maxime told us. So
yes.
So we welcome Aurélien for the next minutes of the show. Thank you very much for welcoming us at Silène.
Thank you, guys. It's me again. So I'm back to the show. So this time I will try not to make any mistake with the name. So I know we're having Maxime with us, and not André.
Yeah.
So time for the reveal.
Let's take the first one.
So the first one.
Yeah,
do you guys have any idea, like champagne method, maybe or like plaisir naturel, country, region?
So for me, this one is a champagne method because I feel the the aromas of like Lee, Lee aging. So this is the type of things I'm feeling, but I think it's not champagne.
Do you have any idea about where this one is from? Or
so me, I think it's from Spain, but not sure.
You think it's like a traditional method, or be like a
yes,
traditional naturel?
Yes, traditional method, but without like we told during the podcast. I think it's more not a long aging on the lees for the second fermentation.
Yeah, same
right.
for me. I think traditional method, but not from champagne for sure.
Time for the reveal.
Yes.
So it's a famous winery from New Zealand. I'm sure you guys know it very well. It's called Cloudy Bay from Marlborough.
Cool.
So it's their Pelorus cuvée. It's a blend of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir.
On the nice place. Nice place.
And is it traditional method as well?
And traditional method, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So we were good
from
on the method.
Marlborough region.
Marlborough region, yes.
So Chardonnay and Pinot Noir.
Chardonnay and Pinot. So
great.
No, it's two grapes that you guys
we know. Yes.
Well, huh?
Yeah.
Showing you the bottle. No, it's amazing because we thought it was not champagne. So first it's good one. We had the traditional method. We just didn't have the place.
Yeah.
But for a cuvée like that, it's difficult to have the place because it's a brut one. So the terroir is not the thing that they are looking for. It's a standard kind of a standard product. So it goes well with what we're saying.
Very interesting, and we see more and more a great sparkling wine. Not only in New Zealand, but in UK too. You have some place in Belgium. Some people now start to produce more and more sparkling wine. Good sparkling wine. I think the climate changement do a lot of for create a new place for do. But after, yes, I think it's just a question of method. It's different, and the terroir naturally it's different too. But it's very interesting to taste on the I like to see the difference in Champagne, but in the other region too.
So the good news is that we tasted a wine that is made exactly with the same methods and varieties of Champagne, but we felt it was not Champagne.
Yes.
So it means something. Not being too French here, but
Champagne is safe for now.
Let's go for the second one.
For wine number 2.
Yeah, for me it was not Champagne.
Not Champagne, and this is what you mentioned as well.
Not Champagne and not traditional method.
Yes, for me too. It's
for me, it's more pet nat
Charmat method or something because the bubble was not enough for me for to have this spirit of sparkling.
And maybe for me, if I have to try to guess a place, I would say something in Italy, maybe.
And maybe a grape or
the grape, I don't know, because for me, I smell more the apple.
Yeah.
So I think it's a young wine. It's not an old one or some or long aging. We have more yeast, and this come back again now. We had the fresh apple in the beginning, and after it was more open with a great flavor of some fruit, white fruit, and but now we come back to apple, a little bit more strong. No, I can't really. I'm imbalance. I don't know.
Guys, I mean, well done. Huh? So it's not traditional method. It's a Pednat from Loire-Vallée.
Okay.
It's made by Liz and Bertrand Jousset. So they are located in Montlouis-sur-Loire. So this is 100% Chenin Blanc.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. So we
But
were
nice, huh?
not that wrong.
It's nice, but I think we don't need to wait too much. In the glass, it's wine for share with people too, and it's great sparkling wine, but you need to drink. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this you can drink a lot of it, so we better be careful. And let's go for the third one. So by elimination, it should be André Bergère, but the question is which one?
I hope it's Bergère, because
Okay, guys. So I think you're right, huh, Max? You
so-
know your champagne. You know your wine.
what we tasted a lot yesterday. So.
So this is like Les Peignottes Auger Grand Cru 2018. So of course 100% Chardonnay.
Yeah. From old vines. The majority of this plot of this lieu-dit was planted in 1990. So more of 100 years. So with the structure, it's yes, for me it's a very intense wine. It's on the vintage 2018. So yeah, it's I'm happy to follow.
That's great news that we found this one.
It's
But you can feel
it's by the for me it's by the sparkling from, and after from the structure and the intensity. The long taste, like you told during the podcast, it's very long taste with a lot of minerality. So very good job, Adrien.
No, it's
Cheers for you.
absolutely amazing, and I could drink this also. We better be careful with the bottle, because it's an amazing one. Thank you very much, guys. It was amazing to record this here this morning. I think we covered a lot of topics about Bergère and about what you're doing. So
yes, but we have a surprise for you.
Yes, Antoine.
Yeah, true.
Yes. Don't forget last but not least.
Yes, because in the States we have now in the DNA of Bergère
red wine
of special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not used to it, and
we don't do like a blind tasting, and it's a surprise from Aurélien and me. It's a Coteau Champenois because now we have a different possibility. Cheers, santé. So Coteau Champenois. It's now one point of the DNA of Bergère. Adrien started to produce some still wine in Champagne in 15 for white and 16 for red. And now it's a real place in the production of Bergère. So it's a Fer Brillange Rouge on the vintage 21. It's very now important for Adrien to promote this type of wine. So it's still wine from Champagne. We have now the possibility with the climate changement, with the warm summer, we have more and more. 21 was not in this vintage. This vintage was not like this, but
it was a complicated vintage.
Yes. But when you just choose the best grapes from the beginning, and the production is it's 1,400 bottle for this vintage. It's only the pure Pinot Noir from Fer Brillange from one plot aux Entre-deux. We have 139 plots, only 4 for Adrien, we can produce a still wine. So it's a very interesting wine, and it's for remember to the people before to produce champagne, we produce wine, and it's with the second fermentation we obtain the bubble, the sparkling wine. So it was very important for him, and yes, it's just a great wine for me, a good Pinot Noir with the typicity of Champagne. What do you think, Aurélien? Because you know the wine too.
I really like this one in a way of like, first of all, they don't try to copy Burgundy.
Yes. No.
Of course, they are using like a similar method. They have like dedicated vineyard, which is not the case of like every producer in Champagne like doing Coteaux Champenois, and they have like dedicated cellar as well. So they use like the best method to produce this red wine from Champagne. So I think in a blind tasting is really not easy, because I feel like we are used to drink like sometimes some Coteaux that can be a bit like with green flavors, a bit more acidity, not fully right.
Yes.
And I think this is like a big success, especially for 2021, which was like a very complicated vintage in Champagne, to produce a ripe wine. And like it's pure, it's elegant. You don't really feel the aging, which I like. So you have like the freshness and the purity of Pinot Noir, but at the same time, you don't taste Burgundy, you know? Like,
yes, and we have the chance to choose when the vintage when we can produce. You know, we are not in Burgundy, so we need to respect the soul and the terroir from Champagne. But the work for produce, it's definitely inspired from other region where they produce wine, Burgundy, but you can take other one. So we have a vibrating table, we have everything for do the great job. Adrien, it's at the end of the vibrating table for to be sure we have only the best grapes for do the maceration. And I think he is passionate about wine, and passionate and it's something of different, but now make really sense with the climate judgment and everything for Adrien to produce and to show what we can do for some plots in Champagne if we have the right exposition, the right soil, and the right method for produce.
No, it's very nice. For me, it's the first time I try Coteaux Champenois. Coteaux Champenois. So it's the first time. But what I would have guessed when you talk about Coteaux Champenois or still wine from Champagne is that, basically we make Champagne first, and then, we make Coteaux Champenois with whatever is left. Wow. Yes. And I can feel that for you is the other way around. Like it's really, it's an amazing wine. So
like Adrien told to the people, we can do, we need to not do a good wine. We need to do a very good wine from Champagne, because people don't wait for still wine from Champagne. And we continue on the philosophy of Champagne, stay sparkling wine. But when you have the possibility to produce great wine, still wine from Champagne, you need to do for present. It's not a huge volume. It's a very few bottles, but I think it makes sense now for the consumers to understand this approach too.
Yeah. 100%. Thank you very much, guys. I think it's the end of this episode. It was an amazing show. Thank you very much, Aurélien, for welcoming us at Le Silène.
Thank you, guys. It's always a pleasure to have you.
We'll, of course, put the link in the description, but if you need a place to come drink wine in Hong Kong, it's obviously at Le Silène that you need to come. You will find amazing bottles, amazing staff, good cuisine. So it's the right place for wine lovers.
Yeah.
Maxime, thank you very much for taking the time here in Hong Kong.
It was a big pleasure. Yeah, it was very interesting format for a podcast, and thank you very much to welcome me.
It was a pleasure. And if you are looking for sparkling wines for a different moment of your life, you know that Bergère now exists. If you need still wine from Champagne to trick your friends into a blind tasting, you know that it exists. If you like this episode, don't forget to share it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.